hello everyone, my name is Hannah. Welcome to a new reading vlog. So this is my third Realmathon reading vlog, and I just wanted to film this intro because I'm going to go finish a book pretty soon. So this week has been a little crazy, to say the least. I've just had like a really tough time lately. I got some news at the very end of February and it was just kind of hard to hear. I've just been trying to like process my emotions, but honestly, Realmathon couldn't have come at like a more perfect time for me. I wasn't sure like how much I would be able to do, and like, I don't know, I just wasn't sure how the month was gonna go, and I was just a little worried about it. And then Realmathon actually was a really good like distraction for me and just something that I could focus my attention on other than like what was going on. And just like making content for Realmathon and just like making content in general has just like brought me a lot of happiness and just gave me something else to like focus on, and I'm just really grateful for that. Obviously I didn't really film anything at all at the beginning of this week just because I was going through it. I'm not going to give too many details because I just don't want to share that, but yeah, it's been hard lately, but I'm just really grateful to have something to focus my attention on, I guess, is basically what I'm saying. Things come in waves for me, so it's like I'll have some really good days and then I'll have some really tough days. So I'm kind of riding this roller coaster here, but yeah, I don't know. This basically was just like a big ramble to say that I'm very grateful for Realmathon and just like for YouTube and content making in general. It's just been nice to have something that is fun for me, that brings me joy. So yeah, I guess that's all I'm gonna say on that. Anyways, the book that I am going to go finish right now is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I started my reread of this in the last Realmathon vlog, and then I was like pretty confident that I would be able to finish it earlier this week, but then I had a lot happen at the beginning of the week that I wasn't able to do that. So anyways, I'm gonna go finish it right now. I am on page 428, so I'm very close to the end. I think I have just over 100 pages left, or just about 100 pages left, and I'm still annotating, and obviously I'm still loving this, so I'm gonna go finish this, and then I'm gonna try to start another book today, but I just don't know if I'll be able to finish another book today. The reason I want to try to finish another book today is because the weekend of Peace starts tomorrow and I want to have like all like fresh books for that. So I've been toying with the idea of starting my reread for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I've been rereading the Harry Potter series and annotating in it, but I don't think that I'm going to annotate in this one. I think I'm just going to read it. But yeah, this is just a very comforting series for me, which is kind of like what I need right now. And it also is a blue book with an animal on the cover because there's a dragon on the cover. So it could count for Realmathon. And I know that I could finish this before the end of the month. So I might just start that, and then, you know, I'll maybe read a few chapters of it for the weekend of Peace. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what else I could read today. I mean, I could continue my reread of Kingdom of Ash. I've just been like really hesitant to continue picking this one up, especially where I'm at in the book, because the very beginning of this, I mean, the whole thing is just really emotional, and I'm just honestly trying to not push myself over the edge. Like, I don't want to read anything really sad or depressing right now. Oh, I don't want to read anything super sad, so I've been kind of like avoiding Kingdom of Ash. I will finish my reread eventually, it's just maybe just not right now. So that's why I'm kind of thinking Harry Potter. So I don't know though, we'll see, but I'm gonna go finish Strange the Dreamer, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, I just finished my reread of Strange the Dreamer, and like part of me wants to just dive into Muse of Nightmares, but I'm not gonna do that because I've got other books that I want to read that'll earn me more points, because Muse of Nightmares does have an animal on the cover, but it's a red cover, so that's okay. I'll reread that one probably in April or May sometime, but let's talk about the points that I earned for this one. So it's 532 pages, which gets me a plus 20 for my team. Also a blue cover, plus 10, and an animal on the cover, another plus 10. And then I decided, well, whenever I finish, I don't like use a book and go, okay, this one's gonna be for like positive points and this one's gonna be for negative. I look at the prompts and see how many, like if I can earn more points for positive points, then I do that. But if I can earn more points for negative points, then I do that. So I could earn more points for negative points for another team. So I used a book featuring revenge because Minya, I mean, her thing is vengeance, so -2. A book featuring romance. It's a little insta-lovey, but like in a cute way, so -2 for that. A book published before 2018. This was published in 2017, so that's -3. And then a book that was featured in a host's Realmathon video. I did recommend this one in my video. I don't know if anybody else did, but Cassidy said that the hosts can use their own videos, so I'm gonna use that. So -4 for that. And then an isolated setting. So some of the characters are in a very isolated setting. They can't like leave the place that they're at, so very isolated, so that is -5. So overall, this book earned me plus 40 points for my team, and then -16 points, and I'm going to use that to attack Team Shadows because I attacked Time last time, so I'm going to attack Shadows this time. I haven't attacked Blood, but that's because Blood kind of leaves Team Creation alone. If I find out any information on the contrary, I'm coming for you, Blood. But as of right now, I feel like we have a little bit of an alliance, so I'm just going to leave Team Blood alone. Okay, so now I have to make the decision of what to read next. So I had been leaning towards Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which if I don't read this today, I probably will still read this one before Realmathon ends because it's a blue cover with an animal on the cover, and I do just really want to continue my reread of it. So I'm definitely going to be reading Goblet of Fire next week sometime before Realmathon ends because it's a blue cover with an animal on the cover, and it's a school setting. I completely forgot that you get another extra 10 points if you read a book with a school setting. Definitely going to read that next week. But I was talking to my friend Nate about Empire of the Vampire, and because of this specific copy that I have, this dust jacket, it's blue. It's a blue cover on the background, and there's also an animal on the cover. So I could use this to get extra points for my team, and I need to do my reread of this. Oh, Lachlan's note. She wrote a note in here. Well, so she gifted me this copy for my birthday, I think, a couple of years ago. Was it last year? No, it was farther than that. And then she gifted me the dust jacket for Christmas. And then when she was visiting for Christmas, she signed it and put stickers in it and stuff. Aww. I miss my Lachlan. Okay, well, anyway, I need to start my reread of this so that I can finally get to Empire of the Damned, which is one of my most anticipated releases of this year. But I wanted to do my reread first. So I was talking to my friend Nate about it this morning because he just recently read it based off of my recommendation and he really enjoyed it. So now I'm like, this is kind of what I'm in the mood for. So I was originally going to annotate this time around as well, but I don't think I'm going to do that just because it's going to slow me down. I might change my mind, who knows, because I do remember reading this the first time and thinking like, wow, I just really want to annotate. So maybe I'll change my mind and I'll annotate, but okay, yeah, I literally was just flipping through the pages of this and like read the first couple lines and I'm like, that's what I want. So I've decided I'm going to be starting my reread of Empire of the Vampire. I'm very excited because this is one of my favorite books of all time. I'm going to go get my Team Blood bookmark because vampire, perfect. Ooh, that just looks so nice, doesn't it? Yes, it does. The answer is yes. Oh, are there noises that's scaring you? Oh, don't shaky. It's okay. Just trucks. Just noises out. Oh, honey, it's okay. Just big trucks, honey. Not thunder. It's not thunder. Oh, I know. They're right outside. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go start my reread of Empire of the Vampire. I have nothing else to do today. I can't like leave the house or anything, so I'm just gonna try to kind of crush through this. Like I said, I don't think I'll be able to finish this today, but I will, you know what, I probably will finish it tomorrow during the 48-hour weekend of peace readathon. Depends on how far I get into this. If I'm like, you know, if I only get like 200 pages in and then I finish the rest of this during the weekend of peace, I'll definitely count it as a weekend of peace book and like get the bonus points for that. But if I get over halfway today, which who knows, I very well might, then I will not count it to get the bonus points for the weekend of peace, if that makes sense. But yeah, I've got a whole TBR ready to go for tomorrow, which I'll talk about later, but I'm gonna stop dilly-dallying and I'm gonna go read Empire of the Vampire. Okay, I made it to page 109, I believe. Yeah, 109 in Empire of the Vampire, and God, I just love this book. I love Jay's writing and just like the way the story is told. It's like exactly what I love in fantasy books. And there's so many things where I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for this part. I can't wait for this part. So I'm going to go keep reading this for the night. But I just wanted to do like a little check-in at the 100-page mark and just say this was the right choice because this was exactly what I wanted to be reading. So tomorrow is the weekend of Peace, where we do like a 48-hour readathon. And every book that you read in that 48 hours gets you an extra 10 points for your team. So I kind of wanted to talk about my like TBR plans for that, as I'm going to be starting right away on Friday. I have something going on Sunday. So Cassidy said like as long as I keep it 48 hours and it's like during this weekend, she doesn't really care what the start time is. So I'm going to start tomorrow morning, Friday, and then just go till like technically Sunday morning. But so I'm going to read Friday and Saturday. So yeah, I've got a lot of books that I have planned to read, so let's just talk about them. So first up, I'm probably going to do a reread of Hex by Jenny Fagan. I read this sometime last year for a 24-hour readathon. It's about 100 pages. It's following the Galis Duncan witch trial, which is a very famous witch trial from the Scottish like witch hunt back in the late 1500s. And I really loved this one. I really loved the writing. It's quite dark though. So if you do decide to pick this one up, just check the content warnings on this one. But I figure, you know, it's a blue book with an animal on the cover as a crow. And it's so short, so it'd be perfect for like a 48-hour readathon. So I'm gonna do a reread of this one for sure. So then I just have a bunch of like options of books that I think will be like really quick reads. So I have Bride by Allie Hazelwood, which it's not a blue cover, but it does have an animal on the cover. I am quite nervous about this one. So I've loved all of Allie Hazelwood's other novels, but she writes mainly contemporary romances. So this is her first like foray into paranormal romances, and it's a vampire and a werewolf romance. But I've heard some things about it that just have me a wee bit nervous about. I think I'll still enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a shot, but I do know that I've binge Allie Hazelwood's books, so I just figured this would be a perfect time to pick this one up. I have the audiobook for it too, which will help. So yeah, that's an option. And then I talked about this earlier, but Emily Wilde's Map to the Otherlands, or Map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett, which is the second book to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Again, it's a green book, not a blue book, but it does have animals on it. It's got little foxes down here. And again, I just feel like this would be a really like quick one to read, and I'm really excited about this one, so it would be like a fun one to try to get to. So possibly that one. And then I have a few others where I don't have like the physical copy of it, but I have the audiobooks for it. There's The Matchmaker by Catherine Walsh. I read her holiday romances, Holiday Romance and Snowed In, and I absolutely loved both of them. So I wanted to try some of her just like not holiday specific ones, and this one is a blue book with an animal on the cover. There's a dog on the cover. I have the Kindle version and the audiobook for this, so this one again I feel like I could read in one sitting. It would be a very fast one to read, so I'll probably get to this one before I get to either of these because it has a blue cover with an animal on the cover. All the bonus points, you know. Then there's Princess Floralinda and the 40 Flight Tower, which is a fantasy novella. I think it's around 200 pages, and I don't really know anything about it. But again, blue cover, animal on the cover, and it's a quick read. So then there's a few thrillers that I want to try to get to. So I just got the audiobook from my library for The Fury by Alex Michaelides, and this is a mostly blue cover. Like the evil eye is very blue, and like the background it has some like blue to it, so it would count for a blue cover. And like I said, I have the audiobook for it. It's a pretty short audiobook, and I've liked Alex Michaelides' other two thrillers, so I wanted to try to get to this one. Plus it's the book troop pick, so like Gabby reads book troop pick, and that is next weekend, so I wanted to try to read this one as well. And I just feel like thrillers are a good like fast-paced thing to try to get through really quickly. And then also I have the audiobook from Libro FM for The Search Party by Hannah Ritchell, something like that. Blue cover, no animal on the cover, but again it's just a thriller, and this was an ALC, so it was an advanced listening copy, so I just like have that, so I just figured, you know what, I could throw another thriller in there. And then the last one on my list is The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black, which is the second book in the Stolen Heir series. It's like the spin-off series to The Cruel Prince. So I could get the audiobook from Spotify, and it's a short enough audiobook that I could listen to it all this month because I haven't used my 15 hours in my premium membership. So those are all of my options. I mean, that is quite the ambitious stack. I definitely don't think I'll be able to get to all of those in 48 hours. But like, my goal is like 4, because tomorrow I have 0 plans. I'm not doing anything apart from reading. And I just feel like a lot of these, I can just get through them really, really quickly. Saturday, all I'm doing is going to my mom's because we're going to go to get lunch together. And that's all I'm doing on Saturday. So I can even listen to the audiobook on the drive to my mom's and on the drive back. So I feel like I can get to a lot of these. I'm probably going to start off with Hex because it's so short and I know I can get through it quickly. So it's like kind of a motivating thing to like have finished a book really early on. And then I'll probably pick up either one of the thrillers or the like fantasy novella thing. But yeah, we'll talk about all that tomorrow because that's when it starts. And I've been talking for so long now, so this video is going to be forever. But for tonight, I'm just going to continue reading Empire of the Vampire. So I will see you all probably tomorrow once I start the 48-hour readathon. All right, so I don't really have a reading update, but I do have a lot of things to unbox. So let's just unbox them, shall we? Oh, before I unbox and unpackage stuff, I wanted to show this t-shirt that my friend Maggie got me because this weekend we're going to a Lord of the Rings extended edition movie marathon at our theater. And she got me this t-shirt. Art. This is art. I love Legolas so much. He was like my first crush. I had a big poster of him when I was in like the 4th grade. And I just love it. She got one that's like the same style, but it's Aragorn. So we're going to wear these and I'm really excited about it. Oh, and one thing that I already opened was this other sticker, like what's it called? Not Hello Planner, Happy Planner sticker pack that my mom got me. She got me another one, this one, not that long ago as like a pick-me-up gift. And this just got delivered later, but it's really cute. I love it. So cute. My mom, if she's watching, hi mom, love you. Let's just start opening some stuff up. So I got Saving Six by Chloe Walsh, which is the 3rd Boys of Tommen series. So this is in the same series as like Binding 13. And the first print of this series has like ombre spine, an ombre spine. And I have Binding 13 and Keeping 13. I haven't read this one yet. And I don't know when I will read this. I'm not even going to put this like on my unread like TBR shelf because it'll probably be a while before I'm able to read this because these books are really emotional and sad and I just like can't read anything like really depressing or sad right now. So who knows when I'll read this, but I'm sure the next book, Redeeming Six, is in this pile somewhere as well, but I'm happy to have the spine as well. It's so small compared to like the other printing, but the pages are really thin. Oh, here it is. Yep, Redeeming Six. So like, I don't feel like grabbing Binding 13 and Keeping 13, but you can see like the ombre spine, which holy cow, Redeeming Six is so much bigger than Saving Six. But like I said, I won't be reading these really anytime soon. I just wanted to get the ombre spine because it's like gonna go away, but can't read anything super depressing right now. So, all right, next package is from Blackwell's, which is where I get all of my like UK editions. I used to get them off of Book Depository, but they went out of business. So I got the paperback of Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands by Heather Fawcett, which is the second book to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And I got it's the international paperback. So it's like, this cover is still the same as the US editions, but it's a paperback. So I was able to find this international paperback to match my other one on Blackwell's. So that was nice. I also toyed with the possibility of reading this for Realmathon because I really wanted to get to it, and it does have an animal on the cover. It's got little foxes, but it's green. So, but I do just really want to read this. So that might be a possibility. I do really want to read that one. All right, next package. This is kind of fun. Ah, yes. Okay, so I bought the second book in the Ashen series. So this is Kingdom of Claw by Demi Winters. This is the second book after The Road of Bones, which after I finished The Road of Bones, I was like, should I just wait until the audiobook comes out, or should I just pick this one up right away? And I picked it up right away because I think I'm just going to read it physically. I just really want to know what happens. Also, I could read this for Realmathon because it's a blue cover and it's got lots of animals on it. It's got like this serpent thing, owls, another bird. There's a bear down here. Yeah, I really, really liked the first book, so I just immediately picked up book 2. So I'm excited for that one as well. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it before the end of Realmathon, but yeah, I do really want to read that one. I was telling Cassidy too, like, I've been paying so much attention to blue covers and animals on covers for Realmathon to like earn my team extra points that I will probably notice it so much more even after Realmathon has ended. Okay, and then the last package, which I am the most excited about, is from my friend Mel. So she's at Melvine's Fix. I have to go get a scissors to open this, but I'm really excited. Okay. So we are doing a buddy read for the fanfic called Chasing the Sun, and it's a little out of my comfort zone because I've mostly only read Hermione fanfic, but this is a Snape-Miney fanfic, and it is Snape and Hermione. So I'm really intrigued. I'm really nervous. I hope that I like it, but I know that Mel absolutely loves these books, so I'm really excited to do our reread, or not reread, buddy read of these. It's a reread for Mel, but God, she's just so stunning at making these paperbacks. I just love them. Look at the art. Yeah, I can't wait to read these. I'm really excited. I hope I love them as much as Mel does. So we're going to be reading these we're starting it in April, and I think we're reading them in April and May, or maybe just in April. I don't know, but I will be picking these up as soon as Realmathon ends because I don't want to fall behind. I'm very intrigued. Like, I'm excited to try a different pairing. I'm Hermione till I die, but I'm very intrigued, and I know Mel loves these. So thank you so much, Mel, for making these for me. I can't wait to buddy read it and discuss everything with you, and I just really hope that I like them. God, they're just so stunning. So yeah, there's my little book haul and like stuff haul, which was really fun to unbox everything. I hope you enjoyed watching me open presents like it was Christmas, even though a lot of them were presents to myself. Thank you to everyone who gifted me stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do for this update, was open all of these packages that have just been like sitting there staring at me. So back to the regularly scheduled programming. Alright, hello everyone. Happy 48-hour readathon time. I started early, like I said, because I have plans on Sunday. I'm going to a Lord of the Rings extended edition movie marathon at my theater with my friend Maggie. And yeah, so I cleared it with Cassidy that I could start my readathon like earlier so that I would read all day Friday and all day Saturday instead of Saturday to Sunday kind of thing. So anyways, I woke up this morning, got a little bit of a slow start, but then I did pick up Hex by Jenny Fagan, which was a reread for me. But yeah, it's just dark. It's really dark, and you know, as I was reading it, I was like, I probably should not have picked this up. Like, I didn't really think this through. I just like thought blue book, animal on the cover, and yeah, I kind of not forgot, but like, it's just dark. It's really dark. But yeah, I really like the writing in here. I mean, the first time that I read it, I annotated in it because I loved the writing so much. So I would definitely recommend it. But again, check the content warnings because, as I've stated, it's very dark. So anyways, I finished that this morning and it's only 101 pages. So it didn't get me any bonus points for the page count, but it's blue and there's an animal on the cover. And I read it during my 48-hour readathon, which means that gives me plus 30 total for all those things. And for the prompts, I checked to see which one would earn me the most points, if it was more positive points or worth more negative points, and it was worth more negative points. Those prompts just seem to be really working for me. But yeah, this is a book featuring death. It's Galis Duncan, like the night before her execution, because she's being tried as a witch, and there's just like a lot of death and a lot of talk about death. It's also a book featuring revenge, so both of those things are -2. A book with a one-word title, so -3 for that. And then a book featured in a host's video. This was featured in my video, which it's kind of a nice little like bonus that I have that ability to use that as one of my prompts because I'm a host. But yeah, -4 for that. And an isolated setting, so it takes place in Galis Duncan's jail cell the night before her execution, so it's an isolated setting, so -5 for that. So -16 total for this, and I use this to attack time, so plus 30 for my team, -16 to team time. Then I picked up the short story Galatea by Madeline Miller, which I forgot that I even had this one because I was looking on my like Libro FM because that's where I have the search party, and I saw that I had that one downloaded and it's a blue book, so I was like, oh, let me read that one because that'll be a quick read because it's a short story. It's very short, so it didn't earn me any bonus points for the page count, but it's blue and I read it during the readathon, so I got plus 20 for that. And then there weren't that many like prompts that this would fit to. It has death and it features revenge, so -2 for both of those, and it's a one-word title, so that was -3. So it was only a total of -7, but it was such a quick read that I'm like, you know what, honestly, it's just worth it to read that super fast and then have plus 20 to my team, and you know, so quick. So I don't mind that I didn't get like a lot of points for it because it was so short, but I'm using the -7 points to go against Team Shadows since I attacked Team Time with Hex. So I finished both of those like super short books early in the day, and then I started reading The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I don't know how you say his last name. And I'm about halfway through that one as well. That's another like short, quick thriller. I think it's just under 300 pages. And basically this one follows this super famous actress, and her friends go to this like remote island to kind of like get away from the English weather, is what they say. And it's being told by our narrator, who is one of the friends that was invited, and he's telling you, he's an unreliable narrator, and he's telling you that someone is going to be murdered on this little like friend vacay, and we don't know who, we don't know why, and then, you know, we kind of find out more information as the story goes on, and then we're kind of finding out why the person who was murdered and what motives could have been behind that. So that part is interesting because like I kind of like that where like you know the final end result but you don't know like the lead up to it kind of thing, or like you start finding out information as it goes, which I guess is the way of all like thrillers and mysteries, is like you find out more information as it goes. But I'm about halfway through this one and it's going fairly quickly, so I will just say I'm not as interested in this one as I was with his 2 other thrillers. Like honestly, my enjoyment level has gone down with each book. Like The Silent Patient, I really loved that one, and then The Maidens, I was like, yeah, this one's good, I was intrigued, and then this one I'm kind of like, it's fine. We'll see if that changes though, because I am only halfway, so maybe like the ending of the book will improve it, or like the big reveals and stuff will improve it, but we'll see. But yeah, for right now it's just like it's fine. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can finish that one before the reading sprints tonight on Cassidy's channel. So she's doing like the kickoff sprints for like the official start of the readathon. So I want to join those and be able to start like a fresh book for that. So I'm hoping that I can finish The Fury before then. However, I am a little sleepy. I might go take a nap, which I know, like, should you do that during a 48-hour readathon? You only have so much time, but I just feel like I'll be more productive, maybe, if I take a nap. So I'm gonna go watch some YouTube and take a little naparooski and hopefully finish The Fury before reading sprints. So I will see you on those reading sprints. Hopefully you were there. I'm sure it was a good time. That's pretty much it for this update. I just wanted to talk about those 2 short books that I finished and the fact that I am halfway through The Fury. All right, I'm on sprints now on Cassidy's channel to kick off the 48-hour readathon. I wasn't able to finish The Fury before the sprint started, but I was able to finish them in the first sprints. I will say the second half was much more like intriguing and entertaining than the first half. So I was kind of getting into it. There were a lot of like things and reveals that were happening where I was like really like shocked by. And like the narrator like breaks the fourth wall and like is telling the story as if he's telling you the story after it's all happened, which was kind of fun. And then like because he's not really a reliable narrator, he would say things and be like, actually none of that was true. And so then I'm like, what even is happening right now? Like I'd keep like confusing like things. Like I don't know, I was having a hard time tracking what actually happened and like what he was just like embellishing or was making up, but it made it very entertaining and like it all did make sense in the end. And also the author does like give you little Easter eggs kind of for his previous books. He did that with The Maidens, where you see like some stuff where it like talks about stuff that happened in The Silent Patient a little bit. Like it doesn't spoil it or anything, it just talks about it. It did that again in this book, which is kind of fun if you've read his other books. So let's talk about points now. So this book was 298 pages, so that gets me plus 10 bonus points. I'm counting it as a blue cover because it's got like the sea and the sky in the background, which is mostly blue, and then the giant like evil eye on the cover is blue. So I'm counting that. So plus 10 for that, and then of course I'm reading it for the readathon, so well, like for the 48-hour readathon, so plus 10 for that as well. And then I have 4 prompts for negative points. You know, it's funny because all my books so far have been to attack another team, and it's literally like called the Weekend of Peace readathon, so oopsies. Anyways, so the first prompt I used this for was an author's most recent release, because this is his most recent release, so -1. A book featuring death, because there's a murder, so -2. A book featuring revenge, -2. And then an isolated setting, which is -5. So they go to this island where only they are, and like nobody else is able to like get on the island or to leave the island, so that's why it's isolated. So plus 30 for team creation, and then -10 points, and I'm gonna attack team shadows because the last thing that I attacked shadows with was really low number, and this is kind of a lower number too, so shadows again. Maybe the next book that I read will be positive points and I'll be peaceful. But I'm going to pick up Princess Floralinda and the 40 Flight Tower because I'm going to buddy read that with my co-host Kristen from Kristen Craves Books. So I'm going to start that one now. It's just a novella, so the audiobook is only like 4 hours long, and I'll listen to it at like 2 times speed. So it should only take a couple hours to finish this one. So I'll definitely be able to finish it tonight. So I'm gonna go start that. There's 45 minutes left of this sprint, so I can get like I can get like halfway in the audiobook. Back to reading. Hello, this is not a super flattering angle, but it's what we've got. I meant to update when I had started Princess Floralinda and the 40 Flight Tower, or like in the middle of it kind of, and I just completely forgot. But I did finish it, and I'm done with reading sprints for the night. But I really enjoyed this one. It's definitely worth reading, I feel like. So basically this is like a kind of Rapunzel retelling where the princess saves herself. She's taken by this witch, put at the top of this 40 Flight Tower, and then each level is some kind of monster, and no prince has been able to save her, so she's like, I'm tired of being up here, I'm just gonna save myself. And so she has to go through each of the flights and battle these different kinds of monsters, basically these different challenges every flight. And she gets the help from this little sidekick, which is like a little pixie, little fairy, called Cobweb, who was my favorite character. I love Cobweb. I really enjoyed the writing, and it was like a nice quick read. Definitely worth the read if you like kind of cozy fantasy, but I wouldn't call it a cozy fantasy because it can get kind of gory at times. It was just a really fun, quick read, and I really enjoyed that. I also, dang it, forgot to talk about the points for this one. Okay, so I think it's like 140 something pages, so I didn't get any bonus points for that, but it's a blue cover with an animal on the cover. There's a dragon on the cover, and read during the 48-hour readathon, so that's plus 30 points right there at least. And I buddy read this with Kristen, so that is worth some points. I don't know. I'll just put the points up on the screen because I don't want to go do them and then come back here and start filming again. So I'll just put the points up on the screen of what I got. I think it's all positive points. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there for tonight because I am just like extremely tired. I'm gonna go straight to bed, but I finished 4 books for the 48-hour readathon so far, and I'm pretty happy about that. So tomorrow I've got really nothing planned apart from lunch with my mom. I haven't done a spinner wheel yet, which is one of the prompts, so I think I'm gonna do a spinner wheel to pick my next read. So my choices are between The Matchmaker, Emily Wilde, The Search Party, and what's the other one? Oh, Bride. So I'm gonna make like a spinner wheel and have it choose what I read next. So I'm gonna do that in the morning though because I'm just really tired. So I'm gonna sign off for tonight and I'll see you tomorrow.